welcome to this edition of the Florida Sea Grant Seafood at Your Fingertips live event. I hope that you've enjoyed the presentations that have been ongoing for the past month or so as much as I have. I know I've learned a lot, and I think that our Sea Grant agents are really talented at doing this, and plus I think we all really like to cook seafood. So why are we doing this series? Basically to promote cooking seafood at home, which more and more of us are doing on a regular basis now. Seafood is also tastes really good, and it's healthy. It's recommended that we eat 2 servings each week, and it's also really easy to prepare. And so today I'm going to talk about, I'm going to prepare some crab cakes. I'm going to do it 2 different ways, and you'll see how quick and easy it is to make this delicious main course dish or as an appetizer. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be preparing crab cakes today. And so first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about blue crabs. And I just happen to have one in my pocket, and it's a model. So blue crabs are actually really cool. They're crustaceans, and we find them in our estuarine areas. In their larval stages, they actually are found offshore, and then the larval stages are carried in, and they're changing stages as they come into the estuarine areas. And then they grow into a crab. The exoskeleton is hard, and as the crab grows and changes, the skeleton becomes too tight for the crab, and so the crab actually will molt out of it. And what happens then is the exoskeleton will split, and the crab actually backs out of the shell. At this point, the crabs are actually soft shell crabs. The exoskeleton is soft, and this is when you eat a soft shell crab. It's actually right after it's molted. One thing cool about blue crabs is they're actually one of the swimming crabs, and you can see they've got 10 legs, and these 2 little legs in the back actually are called swimmerets. Okay, so blue crabs, you find them in the water column, and then also you see them a lot of times around in seagrass beds where they'll be moving around, and that's a good place where you can go to catch them. So when you talk about catching blue crabs are caught commercially and recreationally. They use traps to catch them, and then of course they're sold to processors and either picked or sold as live crabs. Recreationally, you can catch crabs either using crab traps, you can use a dip net, or some people even actually take a string with a hook on it with chicken and use chicken as bait to reel the crab in and then catch it. Okay, so when you buy blue crab meat at your local seafood market, it comes in a lot of different ways. And then sometimes, especially during the winter months, what you're going to find is not going to be Florida blue crab. You're going to find things that are pasteurized crab meat like this. And this is actually from a product of Colombia. Since it's pasteurized, you can buy it and it will keep longer in your refrigerator for possibly up to 6 months. Most likely I wouldn't leave it that long though. So what I bought today was just to show you, this is actually the claw meat. And when you're buying bluefish or blue crab meat, you want to make sure that you know what part of the body of the meat that you want. So this is claw meat. So basically this is just a 1 pound thing full of the claw meat. Just the meat, there's no bones in it. It's really good, it's really sweet. Crab meat is so deliciously sweet. It's also got a mild flavor. So when you cook it, you want to make sure that you don't overpower it with a whole bunch of other types of seasonings. It doesn't take much to change the taste, to overcome the taste of the crab meat. So then this is actually, this is a product of Colombia also, and it was previously frozen, but it's being sold as fresh cocktail fingers. And so that's basically just the claw of the crab, and that they've been shelled though, and so they're really good. One thing to remember when you buy these too is that it's already been cooked, so really when you do cook them, you're basically just warming it up, but you can eat it just like this cold. Some people fry these. What I do is I just throw them in a pan with one of my favorite things besides seafood, which is butter, and warm them up with butter, and then of course a ton of garlic, which is another favorite of mine. So I brought these just to show you what all you can buy as far as crab meat. What I bought today for the crab cakes is actually the premium jumbo lump crab meat. And this actually is really, really good. And it comes from the body. So when you go to pick a crab, you pull off the back part of it here, you take the guts out, and if you're going to pick this to get this, you actually have to, you know, have a little tool and you pick it out of the body parts, and it comes out usually in chunks. But like I said, the flavor is really mild, and it is really tender, and it just tastes so good. And it's going to taste really good in this recipe that I'm about to cook. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to start making these crab cakes. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick, sometimes when you buy this jumbo lump crab meat, there's some remaining shell. And so I will sometimes, I don't always do this, but I will go through it and pick the shell out of it. And I'm going to do that in just a minute. But first, I'm going to wash my hands because hand washing is very important. I really like these big old chunks of crab meat. So I'm going to just kind of gently run my fingers through here, looking for any obviously really big pieces of shell, which I do have one right here. It's not that bad. But anyways, you can see that this can be an important, especially if you're using crab meat that I picked for you, you want to do this. So, and this is actually done by professional pickers, but still, it's probably not the worst idea. Okay, so now I'm going to take the picked crab, and I'm actually going to put it in here. This is about probably approximately a tablespoon of butter that's melted, and I have some minced green onions in here, probably about 2 tablespoons or so. So I'm just going to pour this into here, pour the crab. Into my little mixing bowl. And now just a little bit of seasonings. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Seafood is usually fairly salty. I'm going to add some pepper. I'm going to add some pepper because a little bit of spice is good. Of course, you gotta love garlic. That was probably good. And then this is just a Cajun shake seasoning, just to add a little bit of spice. Okay, so, and then I'm going to add some of my liquid stuff. I've got 1 egg. I used to do 2 eggs, and I watched this friend of mine do a cooking show, her crab cakes, and she said 2 eggs make it gummy. So I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. And then I'm going to add just a dash of any kind of hot sauce that you like. I like pretty much any kind, so it doesn't matter. A little bit of any kind of mustard that you like. Remember what I said, that you don't want to overpower this, so it's primarily pretty small amounts. That's the way you do it. Okay, and then I'm going to add some heavy cream and some breadcrumbs. And I don't really I like my crab cakes crabby. I like them complaining, to be honest with you. But, so I don't like to use too many breadcrumbs. So I'm going to just mix this all up. Okay, so I didn't put too much lemon juice, but lemon is a great flavor. Let me quickly say something about these plastic things. They're actually plant-based, so they will decompose. It just takes more time to decompose. So I'm going to mix this up. And you can see and again, I don't want to stir this up too much. I mean, I do, but I still want the big chunks of crab meat in it. And I'll tell you, sometimes when I make this, pretty much when I fry them, they don't stay together at all, and they pretty much just come out as a crab mess. They still taste really good. So if that happens today, it will happen. Okay, I think that this is pretty good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get ready to make these little crab cakes. And these are good. You can have them as an appetizer, or spray olive oil. So they'll come out, hopefully. And then I'm just going to take little spoonfuls of the Complaining crab mixture. And put them into these little tins. You can kind of course, you're going to be using your fingers. That's why we have them. You don't want to overfill them too much, because what I'm going to do, once I get these in here, I'm going to make little dents. And there I'm going to put some of these chopped up cold butter. Blue crab meat, like I said, you don't want to overpower it. It is really, really, really flavorful. This is a good recipe. This recipe actually is from Eddie's mom, and she cooked a lot of seafood because both her husband and her son were huge fishermen. His dad ran a commercial or a recreational head boat called the Gulf Breeze for many years. It was located in Pensacola, where Palafox Pier is now. But as a result of that, they both, he brought home lots of seafood, and Eddie actually was a deckhand on that boat. So they grew up, and then of course just fishing in general. It's pretty much what they do and what they've done. But it's a benefit for me too, because we get a lot of seafood. So let me clean that up. Okay, so this is the mini crab cakes, and they're ready to go into a 375-degree oven for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. You just want them a golden brown, and you want the butter to be sizzling. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in there. Okay, so now I've got this skillet here, and I'm going to fry my crab cakes. And so I'm going to make some patties. I'm not going to make them too big because I don't want them to fall apart, is what I'm really hoping for. So I'm actually melting some butter right here over approximately medium heat or so. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, kind of swirl the butter around so it covers the whole pan. You don't need a whole lot of butter, believe it or not, at this point. And you can, to be healthier, you can mix it with some oil, or you could use oil. You know how to be creative. Okay, so I've been washing my hands on break. Actually, no, we haven't. So here, this is probably a good sized patty. I can make a little bit more. And remember, we're just basically warming the crab up, but you do want kind of a crispy coating on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And you can see one thing, this was a pound of crab meat. I didn't add a whole lot of stuff, but I'm going to probably get about 6 of these patties, and I've got 12 of those little mini muffins. So 1 pound of crab meat, granted it's expensive, but it can make a couple of meals. So you can see there's lots of crab meat in there. And they don't have to be uniform in size by any means. You can, unless, I guess, that would be up to you. Mine pretty much come out however. But they're usually really, really good. Okay. And then one more mini one. Okay, so I just have sauteed these for probably about 3 or 4 minutes now. I'm going to flip them. They're still holding together, which is a good thing. I've got this stove set probably about a little over medium. But so far so good. Okay, so these crab cakes are about done. Probably was 10 minutes or so. They're still holding together. Still holding together. somewhat holding together. Actually, they're looking pretty good. Voila. All right, we're going to plate this up and then we are going to eat. So, okay, and voila, we have crab cakes and mini crab cakes that were baked in the oven. They all kind of look the same, which is good. It's just a different technique that you can do depending on how much time that you have. Sometimes you don't want to stand and sit there and fry crab cakes, but they're all going to be good. We're actually going to sit and enjoy them. But thank you for joining in for this episode of Florida Sea Grants Seafood at Your Fingertips Live. Join us again next week on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central and 6 p.m. Eastern on the Florida Sea Grant Facebook Live page, and we'll catch the next episode. Thanks for joining us.